aged care reality. This year alone, more than 650 residents have lost their lives from COVID. More than 1,000 homes have been placed into lockdown. The impact on residents' mental health is immeasurable.
Now the CEO of TLC Healthcare, which runs 11 aged care homes in Melbourne and Geelong, is speaking out, saying taking away freedoms isn't the answer. Lou Pascuzzi joins us now in Melbourne. Lou, thanks for your time. So I found this really interesting when I read it. You believe that aged care facilities need to start treating COVID cases like the flu and gastro. Just tell us why.
Hi, Ali and Carl. Thanks for having me. And yes, what I mean by that is over the course of the last 2.5 years, we've found the right mechanisms and mix of tools that were available to us, whether it be vaccinations, mask wearing, entry, exit protocols, RAT testing, PCR testing, whatever the case may be, to minimise the effects of COVID on residential aged care environments, as well as minimise or eliminate full home lockdowns. And that's what we've achieved over the last 2.5 years with that mix. We've had no cases for 22 months. And as Victoria opened up in November, we needed to find a new mix. And we've found that mix. And that mix of triple dose vaccination as the basis, plus a very strict RAT, rapid antigen test entry protocol, has allowed us to identify cases early so that we can minimise isolation and restrictions for residents to resident rooms, corridors, or at worst a wing only, rather than lock down an entire home. And that's proven very, very effective for us, and maintained, I suppose, an easing of that social element that is affecting everyone, and that is mental health when large-scale, long-term lockdowns occur.
Look, it just makes perfect sense what you're saying here. And we know the pain this causes families and the isolation those inside can feel. But you have 11 aged care facilities, and for the most part, you've managed to reduce the spread of COVID-19. Isn't this something that they should be doing everywhere?
Yeah, look, they should, Carl, and I, for whatever reason, don't know why the governments and regulatory authorities haven't engaged with us for the last 2.5 years, but ultimately everybody else knows best, and that's fine. But to be honest with you, we've concentrated on our homes and our medical centres, and for me, that's what I'm responsible for.
I know.
And there's no way. There is no.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt, but Lou, I know, I can feel and sense and hear the frustration in your voice that you have a model that works and it's not been adopted elsewhere.
You're 100% right, and again, it's for others to decide whether they do and what they do engage in terms of protection measures for their residents and staff to give them normal lives. And it's not just the residents having normal lives; it's the staff as well, because the staff, build relationships with residents, and to see them locked down is criminal. It is criminal, Carl, and ultimately, I was just speaking to your cameraman Scotty, who has a friend whose mother's been in aged care and locked down for over 30 days. What the hell is that? How is that appropriate when there are solutions? All you've got to do is be proactive, but unfortunately, it does come at a cost. I mean, we've spent almost $1.9 million on RAT tests, and ultimately, it does come at a cost. And whether others can afford that or not is another thing. But again, stronger lobbying of different governments, all governments, I think might be able to satisfy some cost easing on some of these measures that we've had to spend the money on.
Well, Lou, keep screaming out loudly, please, because everything you're saying makes sense, and we need to see this adopted far more broadly. Thanks for joining us this morning.
Absolutely. Thanks so much. Thanks, Ali. Thanks, Carl.
There's a solution right there.